The Wednesday Up Late podcast is made possible with help from Inspire 9. Located directly opposite Richmond train station, Inspire 9 is the best office space and co-working environment in Melbourne. And with cost-effective, flexible terms, it's the right solution for your business. Visit inspire9.com to take a virtual tour and see for yourself.
Hello everybody, welcome to Wednesday Up Late. We are back in our little Zoom sesh, unfortunately, but back again at Inspire 9 very, very soon, as you saw leading into our episode. We're back again for another week, aren't we, Glenn?
Yeah, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
If I were any better, I'd be a twin.
Cool.
Yeah, which means I'm doing pretty good.
I've never heard that. How did you survive the heat this weekend?
Oh, wasn't it shite? Fucking
It was literally
awful.
the worst, yeah.
Yeah, it was. I melted. I was like the guy in Indiana Jones that opens the Covenant of the Ark and just fucking melts away. That was me, but I survived it, but barely.
I actually looked like Jim Carrey in The Rhino in Ace Ventura 2 when he's trying to squeeze out of the rhino's ass. That was me the entire weekend. It was not a pretty sight.
You should have filmed it.
Good.
Should have filmed it.
Oh,
Well, whereas
mate.
I look like Danny DeVito coming out of the couch naked.
From Sunny. Yes. What a pair we make. Holy crap. That's so
Got to film
good.
that. Yep.
Damn.
But speaking of Inspire 9, like anyone that watched last week's episode will obviously see that we do have new digs that we're going to be utilizing once a month. We'll be doing episodes in person together. How do you reckon the first one went? I got to admit, wasn't too thrilled with it myself, but what about you?
Well, a creator is always its worst critic, but I had so much fun and I thought it turned out awesome.
I had fun. I think, look, the episode was kind of dogged with some technical issues, and I think you and I would agree that we were rushed into the situation. We didn't have any time to really set up. We just sort of got there, fucking got everything up, and then went for it. And I was flustered as fuck. So I'm looking forward to going back there, having a bit more time to get it right. But I do love. I don't think it's a bad episode by any means. It's just not what I was kind of hoping it would be. I have high hopes for it, and I really love the environment that we're in there. I think it looks great, and
It's so good. It's an amazing space. It's homey, but it feels professional at the same time. I love it. I think
Yep.
it's genius, and it's just I had so much fun. It was great.
yeah, I can't wait to do it again. I think having an opportunity to hang out with you and talk about movies on camera is just the fucking best thing in the world, and we're gonna do it every month, as often as we can anyway. Like there's gonna be some months. I think our next episode that we're supposed to be there might fall on Easter, so whether or not we
Yeah.
actually can get away from family commitments is another thing. But if that happens or doesn't, thereafter
We'll
we'll be there.
figure it out.
Yep.
We'll figure it out. Speaking of movies, I haven't had a chance to watch any new ones because my children have bogarted the television to watch and rewatch and rewatch and rewatch Monsters University.
Wow, that's odd.
Yeah, it started off with Nemo.
Mm.
And we watched Finding Nemo, and that was a fun little group activity. And then it led on to Monsters University, and then that was put on repeat because, as my children said, it keeps me calm. And you know me, great. Let's watch it again.
It keeps them calm, or it keeps you calm.
It keeps them calm.
Well, that's good. I mean, that is good. I mean, I was that kid that watched things on repeat when I was a kid. Like, I just absolutely flogged the shit out of stuff.
Same.
To the point that my mum would threaten that I can never watch another movie again if I watch that one more time.
Oh, goodness me. Well, it's been a really long sort of week, so
cracking the Canadian.
gotta crack a tinny to
Gotta crack a tinny. Delicious.
better than cracking a woody. That would be an interesting day.
Well, I already have. Camera's pointed up.
At least today we're not having camera issues. Let's get into some games,
All
I
right.
reckon. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. What are we playing first?
We are playing a fun new one that you came up with. It is called Which Movies Are These Songs From?
Woo!
Now, I
can't
want to
wait.
clarify something with you.
Sure.
Are we singing these songs? Am I getting
Well,
them up on Spotify? Am I saying just the name? What are we doing?
all right. Well, I was going to see how this played out. What I had in my mind was I'm just going to read you the title of the song and who it's by. You've got to
Okay.
guess what movie it's from. But if you can't guess what movie it's from, then I'll sing you a line.
Okay. All right. Okay. We can do
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Sounds good.
I do believe for the first two at least, I've actually for the first three, I think I've gone pretty easy on you just because it's a new game, getting into it. Didn't want to be
Okay.
too obscure.
Okay.
Fourth one though will be a interesting one.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Do you want to go? You want to kick it off then?
Sure, I reckon you'll get this one without me needing to sing it, and I just have a funny feeling it's going to lead to song and dance anyway.
Okay.
But Hold On by Wilson Phillips.
Oh, such a good song. Such a good movie. Classic. It's Bridesmaids.
Yes, correct. And how does it go?
Gonna hold for one more day. From the chair.
There we go.
Fun
Someday
fact.
somebody's going to make you want to turn around and say goodbye. I said I wouldn't do that.
Till the baby make me cry. Fun fact, my friend at work named her dog Wilson for Wilson Phillips because she loves that song so much.
Does the dog resemble volleyball?
No.
Okay.
All right. I think you're pretty much gonna get this one as well.
Don't underestimate my hopelessness at playing these sort of games.
Okay. It is called Mad World by Gary Jules and Michael Andrews.
From Donnie Darko.
Yes,
Yes.
correct. Classic.
I'm not going to sing that one.
It's a movie that Mum and I quote still to this day, almost every time we see each other.
I mean, you may not have an opinion, but do you have a preferred cut, the director's cut or theatrical cut from that one? Because it's such a different movie depending on which one you watch.
Well, I have it on DVD, so whatever is on DVD, that's the last time I've seen it.
Sometimes, I mean, a lot of the DVDs that release have both cuts on it, so I'm interested.
Let's have a look.
Alrighty. It's a mad world.
All around me up the
That's theatrical cut. That's
faces.
theatrical cut.
That's the theatrical cut. Okay.
Yep, that is.
That's. Oh my
I
God.
should, at some point in time, when you've got your setup and all that, lend you the director's cut. Or director's cut might be on streaming somewhere. Because not only is the movie sort of rearranged and quite different, but the music is different.
Oh, but the
Like-
music is what kind of makes
Yes.
it, though.
Absolutely, but the director's cut is what was his name? Richard Kelly, the director. It's his preferred cut, so it's the music he wanted in there to begin with, and not the stuff that he had to sort of leave out because they couldn't license or for whatever reason. And where Mad World is, I think they've replaced it with something else and put Mad World later in the film, something like that.
Okay.
But the director's cut's phenomenal. It's great. And did you ever see the
Alright.
sequel?
No,
Yes.
I don't
Well,
think so.
most people would say it's an absolute turd of a movie. I agree it's a turd of a movie, but it's a real interesting one, and it's called S. Darko, so it's about Samantha Darko, the sister, and
Oh,
it's the same actress that comes back, and she kind of sort of adopts some of his psychic powers, I guess you could say. It's a
Right,
different movie,
okay.
but interesting. So
it is. I mean, it's an interesting movie on its own. I love it. I
it
think
is
it's
great.
bloody brilliant. So,
I do too.
yeah. All right, what's your next one for me?
How Do I Live by Leanne Rimes.
How do I live?
How
Leanne
do I
Rimes.
live without you? I
I
want to
want to know.
know. How do I
Oh.
breathe without you?
If you never know.
How can I ever
Yeah, I know the song. I don't know the movie that it's.
think
Yeah,
of a real sort of slow-mo epic moment, little girl standing there, father's walking towards her with a teddy bear. It's the first time they've seen each other in, I think, her life. I don't think she's ever met her father at this point in time, and it's the first meet of father and daughter. He's been in prison for all this time. He's got a mullet that's epic and glorious. It's Con Air, Nicolas Cage, Con Air.
Oh, okay, all right. I was going somewhere else with that. With the mullet.
Phenomenal,
Okay.
phenomenal movie. Really great movie. Movie. It's not a Michael Bay movie, but it kind of feels like a Michael Bay movie.
Okay. Yeah, no.
It's great.
Not been on my radar, that one.
You will love it. It's got Steve Buscemi, John Malkovich, Ving
Ooh.
Rhames. It's just so good. John Cusack. It's It's a banger staple.
How have I never seen it?
Exactly.
Oh, I've not seen a lot of movies, so all right. What about Strangers Like Me by Phil Collins?
You're gonna have to sing it.
Whatever I do it too. Show me everything, tell me how.
That's got to be Tarzan.
Why do I have this growing need to be beside her? Yes, it is.
Okay, that turned out to be quite easy simply because that
Because I
does
said
not
Phil
sound
Collins.
well, yeah, but it doesn't sound like a regular Phil Collins song because I think what he did for Tarzan just does not ring Phil Collins to me.
That album, as the kids say, slaps. It slapped then, it slaps today, it will slap in 10 years. It is a slapper, and I am a slapper, and slappers recognize slappers.
Excellent.
That's all I have to say on the matter.
It's no groovy kind of love from Buster. I mean, that's just that's a slapper.
Is that your next one for me?
No, that's just another Phil Collins song from a movie.
Okay, all right. I don't know. That album gets me every time.
All right, so what about Everybody's Talking by Harry Nilsson? Everybody's talking. No.
Oh.
Everybody's talking at me. I don't hear a word they're saying. Only the echoes of my mind. People stop and staring. I can see their faces. Only shadows of my mind. What about I won't let you leave?
I don't know what movie this song comes from.
Midnight Cowboy.
Oh, another one I haven't seen. She's gonna get him. She's gonna get him.
I was certain. I thought we'd had a Midnight Cowboy conversation, and I was surprised that you had seen it. So maybe I'm just dreaming.
Maybe I'm just.
I'm with Dustin Hoffman. Like I'm walking here. I'm walking here.
This whole. Oh yes, I have seen it. Yep. Don't worry, it's all good.
Okay, excellent.
All right. What about I Want You Bad, Offspring?
Well, you're gonna have to sing it. I know Offspring. I kind of think I know the song, but I just want to hear you sing.
So it goes, if you could only read my mind, you would know that things between us ain't right.
It's not American Pie? Yes.
I had another one set to go because there's a Blink-182 song that's in it. It's so recognizable as well. I can't remember how it goes.
Blink-182 are in the movie. Yeah, you know when Jim's getting it on in the bedroom and everyone's watching webcam? They're one of the people.
Oh, they're one of the webcams. Yeah.
Yeah,
I knew that. I'm gonna see if I can Spotify it really quick for you because it's such a good song.
Well, careful, no, it'll we won't be able to play it. If you play it on this,
okay, all right,
get flagged.
All right. Don't worry about it. It's a good song.
Okay.
It's a good song.
You can sing it.
No, thanks.
Okay.
I can't remember the words.
Okay. Meet Me at the Equinox by Death Cab for Cutie.
No, you're gonna have to sing it.
Meet me at the equinox. Meet me halfway, where the sun is perched at the highest peak in the middle of the day. Everything ends.
Oh, good song.
One of my favorite bands of all time. My wife and I have seen them live twice. We just fucking adore them. And so I was very excited when this particular song came out on this soundtrack, and it was only available on this soundtrack. They didn't release it on an album. It was a standalone song just for the movie. Had a big video clip. Meet me at the equinox. Meet me halfway.
I have no idea.
It was from Twilight, New Moon.
Really?
Yep, it was the main song from that film. That was number 2, I think.
Did you know what crossed my mind?
What?
It sounds like something that would be on the Twilight soundtrack.
Yep.
That is what crossed my mind as soon as you started singing it.
Yep.
And when I heard Death Cab for a Cutie, because I know like those sort of albums are leaning towards that kind of music. So, hey,
so
I was in the ballpark up here.
Death Cab for Cutie, they're not emo, but they go into that direction, right? But they definitely
kind of punk rockish.
Indie pop, just indie pop with you know some. They go rock sometimes, but for that particular song, they really leaned into the emo.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go listen to it because I feel like I know it, and I
Oh,
should know it because I owned
fucking-
all of those albums.
They
So,
don't know how to write a bad song.
all right. What about "You Never Can Tell" by Chuck Berry?
Ooh, sing it. Put it in my head. Doesn't know it.
Oh my God.
Never can.
Um,
Busted.
hang on. Can you
All
give me
right.
2 seconds? And
Oh
I'll
yes, this
give me
is
two
hilarious.
seconds.
Someone's not prepped. Smartass goes and chooses a song thinking I'll get it. Doesn't know it himself. I know this song. I just
It
can't.
was a teenage
Yeah,
wedding
no,
at
no,
a
no. Pulp Fiction.
Yes.
Yeah.
I knew I'd get it as soon as I got the
Yeah.
notes in my
100%.
head.
100%.
Yeah.
And I kind of knew I knew it. I just couldn't put the tune in there. Second,
Yeah.
the second you hear it, you know exactly what it's from.
It's so classic.
Yeah.
Absolutely classic. I was going to make it harder and I was going to say Son of a Preacher Man from that movie
No,
as well.
that's
but I'm
easy
like,
too. That's
yeah.
Dusty
Oh.
Springfield.
Okay. I was also going to wear my Pulp Fiction pins and I completely forgot.
Oh, dang it. Awesome. I like that game. We have to do it again. I'm not comfortable singing on mic, but I seem to make myself do it every time.
You do actually a really good job. It's me
Mm.
that's just has no fucking clue. Once again.
No, that's a fun one. I reckon we revisit that again next week.
All right. Okay.
We don't normally do games back to back each week, but I like that one, and I think there's more fun to be had.
All right. Let's do it. We're
I
set
just
up for
wanna-
next week.
I just want to quickly mention. I mentioned this on Good Movie Monday, the other podcast that we do. Last week Ricky Stenicki landed on Amazon Prime, and it's just excellent. It's
I
wonderful.
plan on watching it as soon as we wrap up here.
Excellent, because for people listening or watching, if you love the Farrelly brothers who did Dumb and Dumber and Something About Mary and so many other great movies, this is Peter Farrelly. So the brothers have kind of gone separate ways in directing their own movies. They still work as producers, but yeah, this is a Farrelly movie, and it's absolutely hysterical. It's an R-rated kind of movie, so it's dirty and it's offensive, and it's got Zac Efron, John Cena, Andrew Santinos. It's got Jeff Ross, and it was all shot in Melbourne. So there's a lot of Aussie players in there. One of my favorites, Deborah Lawrence, is in there, and she's great. And the best thing about this one, particularly for someone like me who lives on the eastern side of Melbourne, they did film in a lot of recognizable places on this side. So there's a scene towards the start, which I'll tell you now. Driving home from the airport, which is within the first 15 minutes. If you look in the background, you can see Mount Dandenong, and then instantly you know they're on the side of Eastlink, and it's like hilarious. And you forget that every single movie that's ever been made in the history of the world, people live where they make that. So there are people that have the same reaction to other things. But I think when it's set in America, but it's actually here, it's a bit different and it's quirky.
It
But
doesn't get to happen to us very often.
but
as
as
well,
Ben
you know,
as
like-
Ben mentioned on the podcast, it is shot so well, and even though we know it's Australia, you wouldn't peg it for Australia otherwise.
Nice.
If you were from anywhere
Nice.
else, it's shot so Americanly, if that's a word.
Americanly.
Yep.
Oh my God.
And I just loved it. It's funny as fuck, and John Cena has never been better.
I am a big John Cena fan.
Then you're gonna absolutely adore him,
And who's the redheaded guy?
Andrew Santina.
He kills me.
Yeah. Do you
Kills
listen to his
me.
podcast with
Yes.
with Billy?
He kills
Bobby,
me.
Bobby, I should say.
I watch the TikToks mostly. I die every
right.
single time. And
Here
he's
is-
so not PC and I love
Here
it.
is a recommendation for you. There's a TV series that only lasted for 2 seasons. It got cancelled, but the 2 seasons are some of the best television you will ever watch. It's called I'm Dying Up Here, and he's one of the stars of it. It was produced by Jim Carrey, and it's all about it's kind of like it's a true story but a fake story. So it's all set on the Strip in LA at the Comedy Store, and it's the rise of the Comedy Store and all the stand-up comedians within it, and
Yeah,
the
nice.
dramas that happen behind the scenes. And Melissa Yeo plays whatever her name is, the woman that founded it, which in real life is Pauly Shaw's mother, who founded the Comedy Store.
Oh shit.
And
All
so
right.
when you watch it, and Andrew Santinos is in it, and he has like long hair in it, and that's where I first came across him, and it's just one of the greatest television shows I've ever seen. and it got canned, and I don't know why, because it was that good. It just made no sense why no one was watching it.
Probably because it wasn't making enough money. It wasn't plugged. It wasn't.
Well, that's what I'm
backed
saying.
enough,
Like,
which
why was no one
yeah.
watching it though? Like, it was that good. It's yeah, and you'll recognize half of the cast in it. Like, they're all established players. So
Nice.
anyway,
I'm
there we go.
excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited. All right, let's move on to some bad movie descriptions. These are always so fun.
This is my least favorite game that we ever play on the show. I'm no good at coming up with them. I don't particularly like to go looking for suggestions. You know, sometimes you can cheat and Google. I don't like doing that. So I do try to make some up. I just don't like this. We'll do it anyway. I think it was my idea to do it again, but you know.
No, I think it was my idea, but I
just-
did cheat, but I went more nondescript cheating. So things that aren't all completely out there, you know. I had to do some digging to give
Okay.
me some ideas. So
Okay, excellent. I kind of I tried to come up with my own. The furthest I cheated was I looked some up and then tried to riff off them. Like
Sure.
make my own up based on
Sure.
the other people's ideas. Well,
Yep.
who cares anyway? Let's just do it.
all right, let's go. An Aussie woman abandons all of her standards to impress a horny teenager.
That one I saw in my search, and that was Greece.
I loved it because it's so true.
It is.
You watch Grease and you're like, oh my God, I love Grease. I love Grease. And then you kind of look back on it and you're like, yeah, no, yeah. She just completely changed herself for a man.
Yeah, but he
Good
was
job, Olivia.
No, but don't forget he was fake too, because on the summer break he was in a cardigan. He was a
For sure.
clean cut boy, and then
For sure.
and he's faking it for his mates. And the funny thing about Greece is all of his mates are faking it too, so they are all living up to a standard that none of them actually want to be.
Like normal teenagers.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Tell me more. All right, here's one that this is a little bit of a cheat. A 2-hour recruitment for the Navy.
2-hour recruitment for the Navy.
Yep.
In the Navy. Da, 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 da.
Time
have no
keeps on
idea.
Ticking, ticking. That's just me saying hurry up.
No idea.
Top Gun.
Oh, for the wouldn't it be for the F? Oh no, because they're on boats. Duh. Okay. You threw me off with Navy.
Well, and they are the Navy. Okay, your turn.
All right. Hundreds of people involuntarily do the ice bucket challenge.
Titanic.
So inappropriate.
No,
I love
it. We all love that moment. The guy hits the flipper.
Oh God, it kills me every time.
Killed him too.
Oh, stop.
Iceberg. Alrighty. A dad is obsessed with mashed potatoes, rock climbing, and melodies.
Yep. Third encounters, close encounters of a third kind.
That's right. That's right. See what happens when I make my own up? They're shit.
No, I liked it. I like it.
Because you got it.
A man with one ball has an especially hard time finding his way home.
One ball. Especially yeah. Castaway. Yeah.
Speaking of Wilson.
Yes. Twice in one episode. A group of young people come out of the closet.
Oh, Narnia?
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, that one is short and sweet, isn't it?
Yep.
We need to pick up our game for that one.
No, I've got one more to go. I've only done 3.
Me too.
So you've only written 3 down. Rule of 4. Rule of 4. You know this.
I do know this. And yet I didn't.
Okay, so a bonus one for you then.
All right, let's go.
A grown man commits identity fraud in order to make ends meet.
Catch Me If You Can?
Nah.
Face Off.
Nah. School of Rock.
Ah.
I saw one of the worst films of the year, if not the decade, last week.
Tell me.
Don't know if you've seen the trailers playing for this one, The Nut Farm. It's a new Australian comedy with Arj Barker. Highly don't recommend it.
I love Arj Barker. I
but
have seen him so many. Argy
Barker
bargy, mate.
Arj Barker is washed up. He's like, he's had his day, he's past his prime, and this is what he's like relegated to, and it's really embarrassing for him. And don't get me wrong, loved Arj Barker back when he was in his prime. Jarrett and I think Ben hung out with him at Monster Fest. He just rocked up out of the blue and we sort of had drinks and hung out, and it was a great time. And he comes back to Australia because it's practically the only country in the world that he has an audience. And so he's now made this Australian film where he's like an American cryptocurrency guy that runs out of money because crypto dives in the stocks, and he ends up inheriting a macadamia nut farm, and the entire film is just full of D's nuts jokes, and it's so lame. So bad. No, yeah, once you're like, okay, well, I mean, D's nuts is just a joke that everybody knows. It's not that funny. You're not coming up with anything new, but they just repeat it. Like, oh, it's so bad.
That sounds hilarious.
Yeah, no, you'll struggle with it. Although
Argy bargy, these nuts. Yeah, no, I probably won't watch it. But I like that Arj Barker is trying to come back again.
Well, he's not trying to come back. He's just like desperately clinging onto whatever fucking comes his way. But there is a spider in the film, so.
Oh, no, then.
Yeah. Mind you, I was watching it with my wife, and we both looked at each other going, what the fuck are we watching? But when that spider came on, like, it's the type where he's in a new house and he turns around, and obviously being Australia, we have lots of house spiders. He turns around and it's this giant fucking black spider on the wall that's not identifiable to any kind of fucking spider Australia has. It's like the American conception of what a spider in Australia might look like. And I'm like, these are Australian people making this film. How come they're leaning into every fucking stereotype and not actually being funny by being real? Like,
yeah.
Yeah. Like, it would have been funnier if you turned around and there was a huntsman on the wall, because Aussies would relate to it. We'd laugh at that.
Mm.
Anyway, and it would.
Where's the integrity?
Yeah,
stick to your guns.
Exactly. Fucking nut farm.
Where's the fucking integrity? Jesus.
What's next?
You know what? I want to know if this is what I want to know. If you woke up tomorrow morning and you had switched bodies with Leonardo DiCaprio,
yeah,
what would you do? Would you tell people, or would you just carry on?
Well, I'd probably be on a fucking yacht somewhere, wouldn't I?
Right. With some 22-year-old leggy blonde.
That is true.
Trying to spread the word of climate change one model at a time.
Yes, and endless carbon emissions at a time, might I add.
Right.
I don't know. I would probably. What would I do if I was Leonardo DiCaprio? Jesus Christ.
But I think this also means that Leonardo DiCaprio wakes up in your body too.
So I'd probably lock myself in an impenetrable force field kind of compound where he can't get in, and no one
cone of
believes him.
silence. The cone of no breaking in.
Yeah. I don't know. I would enjoy the spoils. I would go out and get away with everything I possibly can, that's morally acceptable.
Go hang out with Margot Robbie.
Maybe. Does he know Dave Franco? Because I kind of like Dave Franco, and I'd like to hang out with him.
Probably. I mean,
probably knows
Leo.
everyone.
It's Leo. So
I'd probably just throw a Leo party and then meet everybody.
Nice.
There we go. That's what I should have said.
That is a good answer. That is
there.
a good answer.
All right. Well, what would you do? If you're in a cinema and it's at capacity, full house, and the person sitting next to you has rancid body odor?
What would I do?
Yeah.
Ooh. Depends. What's the movie? Is it a good one? Is it an alright one?
You paid 20-something bucks to see it. Let's just say it's the long-awaited final installment of Harry Potter.
I'd suck it up. I'd just sit there and I'd inhale.
That's an awful thing to say. Oh, give me that. Give me that, BO. Ooh.
I would sit there and I would inhale my popcorn and Maltesers and try and block out the smell that way.
Okay.
And I'd just kind of like lean
Very
to the other
distracting.
side.
Yeah, okay. I should have said, what if they both got BO?
Um,
Lean forward.
Lean forward, lean back. Yeah, no, if it was a movie that I was desperate, like, no, I have to be here,
Cool.
then I would stay. If it
Okay.
was something that I was just like, yeah, I'll go to the movies, then I'd probably leave if it was
Alright.
that bad.
Gotcha. Excellent.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah. What would you do if you found a genie in a bottle and you had three wishes?
Oh, well, this is a complex question. It's been the basis of many conversations in movies and in water cooler situations around the world. Um, are there rules? Like, can you wish for anything? Like,
Well, kind of like the general things, like you can't wish for people who are deceased to come back and
okay, but what if I was to wish for infinite wishes?
no, that's part of like that's definitely part of
What
the
if I?
rules.
I mean, and are there consequences for your wishes? That's the other thing that
There's a consequence for everything. It's a
I
magical
know.
being, and each magical power has a magical consequence.
Yes, but we don't know if this is a maniacal magical being that can, like the jinn in, the
Sure.
Wishmaster, where you make a wish and they grant your wish, but it comes with an awful flip side.
Sure.
Because I would like to wish for um health and longevity, like good health and
Mhm.
longevity,
Mm-hmm.
wealth and security,
Mm-hmm.
and I just leave that third wish vacant
Okay.
for when I need it, if I need it.
Boring. So boring.
Well, I mean, if I've got wealth, health, longevity, all that kind of stuff, what more could I possibly want that those things can't provide?
I don't know. I'd wish for new tits. I haven't decided on my other two, but that's definitely one of them.
You've got 4 tits?
No, just better ones.
Wow.
Just laying it all out there this year, you know?
I mean,
Just being my genuine self.
You didn't even have to answer that one because, that was a question for me. You just really
No, I
wanted
know.
to world that.
And your just answers were so boring. I had to perk it up a little bit, as they say.
I mean, twice. Like last week on the show, you did this,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and you did leave me alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, so
Yep.
you did 2 tit jokes last week, and
Yep. Just
fantastic.
getting stuck in.
I mean,
you know?
yeah, I mean, I
Just-
can't talk about your tits, so you may as well.
That's it. That's right. Someone's got to. You know?
Put that on a t-shirt. All right. So, once again, these are all most of these are watching movie related. So you're watching a movie with a group of your friends, no less than 5 people, and one of them keeps asking questions and commentating all the way through the movie. What would you do?
I know a person like this.
We all know a person like this.
I love them, so I do nothing.
Right.
However, I am irritated the
Eye
entire
twitches.
time. Yeah. The entire time. I'm very irritated.
It's not your mother, is it?
No.
Okay.
She knows better. Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah. Mum, shut the fuck up. Yeah, no. I've been in this situation before and I've done nothing because I love them. Now, if it wasn't somebody that I genuinely loved,
Mhm.
I would look at them like this. You have to watch the video to be able to get that, but it's a very stern mum look of shut
Well,
up.
Yeah, well, it's not far removed from how we would all react to your new tits.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wide-eyed, in awe, congratulatory. I don't know.
Why we're a video cast. All right, let's move on to the next one.
I'll let you know when they debut, all right?
Am I there for the reveal?
If you had one day where everything you asked of anyone or anything you want, like it was a full yes day, no one could say no to you, what would you do?
Let me get my head
What
around
would
that.
your full yes day concede of?
So it's just a day where people just say yes
You
to
can do
all of my demands.
whatever the hell you want, and everyone has
So,
to say yes.
I mean, a Jim Carrey movie, in other words.
Is that a Jim Carrey movie?
Isn't
That's
it
not a
the
Jim Carrey
Isn't it
movie.
the Yes Man?
Oh, yeah. No, that's him learning to say yes to
Ah,
everything.
yeah, okay.
Whereas anything that you want, so there is a movie like this where
Mm.
the parents give their kids a yes day, where anything the kids want to do, their parents have to say yes.
All right. Well, I'd say to my wife, "Do you want to go geocaching?"
Uh-huh.
And so we'd do that.
Yep.
I'd say, "Would you like to go and watch a horror movie at the movies?"
Mm-hmm.
And she'd say, "Yes, that'd be fun." I would.
Is she
say,
like me? She doesn't like him, or
She will watch a horror movie, if I really want to watch it, and I've suggested we should do it together. She's not averse to horror movies. It's not her genre of choice. She's found that she enjoys them a lot more than she thought she would, like before she met me.
Mhm.
And now that she watches them, she kind of does get a kick out of some. I mean, that's about it. I don't think I don't take advantage. I wouldn't take advantage of situations like that. I don't think.
Okay.
And I can't think of any other examples of things that I suggest that. I mean, I do most things with my wife, so I'm trying to think of things she doesn't like doing.
Just to make it extra sweet.
Oh yeah, there's stuff we can do together that I want to do together. Like this is hilarious. So, Sunday was a 40-degree day.
Mm-hmm.
41 actually when I went out, and this is crazy, but I've always loved bushwalking and geocaching in extreme heat. And so I said to her, "Do you remember 10 years ago I'd go bushwalking on a 40-degree day?" She goes, "Yeah, you fucking idiot." And I'm like, "I feel like doing that right now. Like I'm bored. I want to go bushwalking." But of course no one would do it with me.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah,
And
well, you know why I love it? Like, because the heat doesn't bother me, I think, in the same way it bothers a lot of people. I don't think it affects me in the same way. But when you're out there in the bush in that extreme heat, all the critters come out. You see everything. You see echidnas and you see lizards and of course you see snakes too. But
snakes,
yeah, but yeah, I enjoy the environment when it's hot.
I like it. I like it that your answers are very, keeping it on the low down and doing things that you know that you would enjoy. I
Not
like
taking
it.
advantage.
Right. I, however, would go the opposite direction, but that's just me.
All right, what do we got next? Okay. So once again, you're in a cinema.
Mm-hmm.
You're watching a movie that you've desperately wanted to see for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
The movie's just started, and you've just realized that the candy bar have given you the wrong drink, and it's one that you fucking hate. What do you do?
I'll drink it anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Even if it's like sarsaparilla?
I don't mind sarsaparilla.
Yeah, shit. Most people don't like
There's
it, so-
not a whole lot of drinks that I don't particularly not enjoy.
What if they accidentally put dishwashing detergent in it?
Yeah, well, I just wouldn't drink it then.
You wouldn't go to the candy bar and swap it?
No, I wouldn't miss out on the movie. If I
Yeah,
was with
correct
someone
answer.
else who don't mind as much, I'd send them out
Okay.
on a little errand. But yeah, no, I wouldn't suck it up. I would suck it up without sucking it. I
it
just
out.
wouldn't drink it. Yep.
Excellent.
Yeah. Interesting.
So you've only done 3?
Interesting. Yep. I can make another one up on the spot if you want me to.
What is going on?
Ah,
We've done
chilling,
this. It's been a few years now. We've always worked on the rule of 4.
yes, you are
Okay.
correct.
All right, so one more for you then. You've given your eldest son the freedom to watch any movie of his choice, and you're going to watch it with him, provided that it's reasonable and G and PG, right? So it's his
Yep.
choice, mother and son bonding experience, and he chooses the fun PG movie Arachnophobia. What do you do?
First of all, he's out of the will. Second of all, I would probably try and sway him to watch Mighty Ducks instead.
No, but you can't do that because you've given him
Why?
the opportunity. This is the thing. Any movie of his choice. There are no conditions like that. Like it's just One he wants
I
to
can't
watch.
try and sway him away from it.
No, because that's the fun of being able to choose what you want. You get to choose what you want and not what mum wants.
Then
Finished.
yes, I would sit down with my child and do my best. Okay. I'm not going to
Yes.
promise I'm going to be there for the whole time. I may need to go to the loo once or twice, but other than that,
Excellent. Fantastic. Good answer. Correct answer. It's a good mum.
you're not going to put any ideas in his head, though, are you, Glenn?
Maybe put ideas into his dad's head.
Yeah, let's not do that.
All right.
Anyway, fun one.
Yeah.
So much fun. I particularly enjoyed your singing,
Oh, damn it.
just like
Regrets.
the lovely outro music that we have going on right now. Thank you, everyone, for joining us again for another week. We appreciate you. We are so happy to be back this year.
Social media.
Patch. Yes, we have it. Please go look at it. Facebook, YouTube, under the Good Movie Monday as well. You can find us there and jump on
Go
all of
to,
it. Like,
go to
subscribe.
goodmoviemonday.com and that'll direct you to all of the social media pages. We at Wednesday Up Late do have our own group that you can join and lots of conversation to be had there as well.
Absolutely. Thank you, Glenn. Helping me there. So nice to see you again.
Always fun. Can't wait to sing some more next week.
Okay, bye.